Here we go again. My name is Freddie Dahlgren, and I am an outraged citizen of this country, this state, and especially of this town. I hold in my hand a piece of paper with the wildly absurd title of Taxpayers for Truth. Is everybody aware of this? Pretty much? Okay. I don't know about the people in the audience, but this is what it looks like. I have a couple of extra copies if you'd like it after I speak. If this piece of sophomoric trash is the best rationale our local council can come up with to justify their actions against Mark Pearson, they should all hang their heads in shame. After only a cursory reading of this so-called truth document, I have many questions and comments to make about the unsupportability and potential illegality of the charges it contains. 1. As a presumptive bill of particulars, I find it strange that nowhere on the two-sided mishmash of allegations is there a source provided. Are the publishers too ashamed to connect their names or titles or organizational ties to it? Are any council members willing to say what, if any, role they had in its production and or distribution? 2, on one page, there appears a silhouette cartoon figure representing Mr. Pearson, replete with 5 balloons of quotes supposedly uttered by Mr. Pearson. A 6th balloon uses the cartoon technique of a serrated border down here to indicate that the words are actually thoughts. A suggestion that the creators of the flyer were mind readers and could ascertain the following brain waves. Hey, OOB taxpayers, thank you for paying for my quarter pounder and my Starbucks. These are the words the mind readers figured out. This cartoonish attempt to paint Mr. Pearson as a slick huckster is not only unsupportable by evidence, even hearsay, at least here, but it opens the door for any first-year law student to make a case for slander. 3, on the reverse side, an identical tack is employed using the same clip art rendering of a pompous executive gloating over his financial scams. This time the balloons are a mix of alleged quotes and fictional thoughts, again, supposedly proving that the town manager is caught confessing his evil deeds and boasting about them. Again, 4 more instances of character assassination, all worthy of legal repercussions against the town. Back to page 1. I quote, in February of 2012, the town manager was advised that the bank statements were not being reconciled, yet they continued to be ignored until December 2012 after meeting with the auditor. Really? In February of 2012, Mark was just hired. If and when he was then advised about financial irregularities, where was the oversight all the time prior to Mark's coming on board? And if the questionable operation continued until December 2012, that's about 10 months of being ignored without being flagged by anyone in town government? If so, let's blame Mark, right? 5, it seems as though Mark was the unwilling victim of a conspiracy cooked up by some amateur politicos who saw an opportunity to dump a long history of mismanagement and misappropriation of funds, who was trying to straighten up a town that couldn't shoot straight. Even if with the few councilors without personal agendas, the task proved to be too much for one man. Mark Pearson became a fall guy, a real Mark. One last question. How come none of Mark's accusers saw fit to answer any of the public's demands for answers as to the reasons for Mark's dismissal? How come all these allegations are being made all over town now that Mark is unavailable to defend himself? Whatever happened to justice for all? Thank you. I'm sorry it took so long.